Sure.
Episode 3.
Episode 3 of the Still Wondering podcast. This is where we talk about being in our 30s, poking fun at life whilst trying to figure it out. I think that's what we've hit upon for the moment.
Yeah.
We're still figuring that out, aren't we?
Well, we are. We're still figuring it out.
Ironic.
We'll go with still wandering. Wandering with an A, because it's just like meandering.
Yeah.
Trying to figure it out.
Yeah, come and join us on our meander as we try and figure out life with little tidbits of fun. You're going to love this podcast. They've probably already tuned out.
Click next.
Yeah, they already hate us.
They're watching Ariana Grande by now.
Yeah.
I don't know who she is.
No, neither do I. We just lost 3 more subscribers.
Yeah.
How quickly can we get people to tune out? Right, let's hit go on the speedy thing.
Oh yes, try and keep us in time.
Yes.
Well, I wanted to actually ask you about your hoodie, because one, I would like one of these hoodies if they're available.
Yeah.
But Master of Mystery.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, that's your logo. That's your business and your image and everything. Mm-hmm. And on the back, it's.
Oh, go on.
It's one of these. Follow me at the Motties.
Just for the benefit of the YouTube viewers, that was for you. On the back of my hoodie, there is "Follow me."
Oh yeah,
at the Motte.
At the Motte. And it reminded me that I'd seen this. I've been seeing it on cars, driving along. Not hoodies. What this at "Follow me" at?
Right.
What do they call it? Is that a social media handle? Is that what it is?
Yeah, handle. Yeah.
Okay. See, I'm learning. Yay. So is that important? Do you think people follow a car and then think, I'm going to follow that Renault Clio? What's written on that yellow Clio? And I'm going to follow Babe 2845.
I mean, she might get a lot of followers, but I think I'm in a different category. I don't think people look at me and go, oh, yeah, I'll follow that.
Oh, you've got a nice car.
I hope I don't.
mean, I might think, I want to follow that person in that car, knowing no other information about them.
Or just literally follow the car.
I mean, you could literally follow. Somebody might take it literally.
These people turn. Yeah, they might. Well, no, it's follow. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I've had someone follow me as a result of seeing me wearing this in Tesco's, saying, like, I followed you because I saw you in Tesco's. Lol. I was like, oh, okay,
really?
so it worked. Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's worked once.
Okay.
I think. I don't know. It's interesting, right? So if you're wearing your logo, or you're in a branded, it's a nice quality.
Jeez, it's good.
Yeah, it's good.
I like that.
It's nice. The washes as well. It's very good.
Do you do them in like XL?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just asking for a.
You asked me as if I was the apparel maker. Do you do them in XL?
Do you
I've got some back stock.
Got some
I've got a press out back. Any logo. Any logo.
Yeah. I'm just asking for a fat friend. I mean, it's obviously not for me.
No. Yeah. I can. They've got all sizes. But there's this thing about wearing your logo. You kind of become more. Do you know a bit like religion?
I know, I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Is that the whole up here and down there thing?
Yeah.
And, do nice things, don't do bad things.
Yeah. Somebody's watching you.
But if you do, say sorry, then it's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. If as long as you say sorry, it's all okay. I don't want to turn this into a religion-based podcast.
Dangerous territory.
Yeah, it is.
Up next, politics.
Yeah. But no, so if you're wearing your logo, so what I'm getting at is if you're wearing your logo or you're wearing something that has your name on or a way to contact you, then you're going to be better behaved because people know who you are. They know how to contact you. So if you're wearing your branding across your van and you're driving like a maniac, people are going to go, well, I can get your number.
Yeah.
And I can phone you up angrily and say you're driving like an absolute idiot.
Got you.
So yeah, it kind of that sprung to mind. So I guess it's a benefit of wearing it because it kind of keeps you in check, but not that I need keeping in check.
Yeah. Was it an unintended consequence though? You didn't do this.
I didn't buy it just for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Most people aren't on social media as a way of social control. They're on it because they want to get free stuff. Or,
yeah.
Which, by the way, Brabantia, you really got to up your game because we have had nothing, and that's the third.
Third podcast.
This is the third one we've mentioned.
I've had 11 views.
Brabantia.
You haven't sold one.
Ironing boards, not a cover, and we still owe one to the first subscriber.
Yes, whoever was the first subscriber. Oh no, but if you're offering this, everyone will just say they're the first subscriber.
Oh, we're
So
going to
you better get in quick, because we know who the second one was.
Can we not verify who a subscriber was? Does it not tell you?
If they've got it hidden on their profile, then it won't show us. But if they allow that permissions, then we can see them in our subscriber tab.
Oh, well, you better put your hand up.
So if you want, actually no. So yeah, if you do want a Brabantia ironing board and you're subscriber number 1, if you change your settings, we can see when you subscribed, and you'll have one in the post. We'll do that.
Once Brabantia provide them.
Oh. Once we become sponsored, you'll have one. So
Yeah.
there are terms and conditions do apply.
Which is imminent. They'll be circling. I'm
Yeah.
sure. They would have seen the first 2 videos and they'll be like,
They mention us again.
hang on, we owe them an ironing board cover.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. And we'll ask them money for it. Ask them. Yeah. We want the cover and we want money for it. That's how sponsorship works. I thought that's a ridiculous request. That's exactly how it works.
Yeah.
You get you get sent a free thing, and then you tell people about the free thing you got sent, and then you get money.
Yeah. And we can show it when it arrives. We can talk about it. And,
we can do a unboxing.
I think we could get 20, 30 minutes out of a new
could.
ironing board cover.
Quite easily. But it's swinging it back to...
What was the topic? Social media.
Yeah, the hoodie. I got it because I follow a guy called Gary Vee, who's kind of like an American guy that talks about kind of content, putting out loads of content and all that kind of stuff. And he wore hoodies with like a number on it. People could say, text me. And he would like reply to the text. So I thought,
wow.
I'll give that a go with like a hoodie. I bought it over lockdown, so not many people were seeing it. When I went shopping, it was the only time people saw it. But yeah, so I think if I saw someone that was doing something or acted in a certain way, or I don't know, if there's a way to then sort of go, I wonder who they are. Do you know what I mean? I'm sure if I wore this down the gym enough times, people would go, who's that guy? And someone will eventually go, he's always wearing that thing. I wonder who they are. Like, I want to know more about whoever they are.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Yeah.
I would be, because I'm kind of, a bit of a stalker. But we all are, aren't we? You kind of want to know what people are really like.
Yeah.
So, but I have just bought another batch, and none of them have followed me on the back, because I did feel it was a little bit kind of, I'm a YouTuber, please follow me.
Yes.
I didn't really want to have that kind of vibe.
Yeah, you've got to be careful with these sorts of things, isn't it? Because it can almost turn in on itself. If something gets quite popular and a lot of people doing it, you have more and more cars that say follow me at blah blah blah, more and more t-shirts, then it becomes reviled, and white noise, and people go, another one of those.
Yeah, another
one of those. Just trying to get free stuff. Do a proper job.
Do a
proper job.
Oh, so do a poppadom.
Do a poppadom.
Do a poppadom.
Buy some poppadoms.
Get a proper job.
Get a proper, because it is a genuine aspiration. Some family members we know, and I said, what do you want to be when they grow up? And one of them generally said to me, a YouTuber. And she, at the time this was a couple of years ago, she was like 9 or 10 or something.
Wow.
And I was like, that is a genuine aspiration for probably quite a lot of young kids, and I find it perplexing. I think partly because, having spoken to you quite a lot on this theme, and you know a lot of people that are involved in this kind of YouTube type world and are very, very successful on it, that actually is a hell of a lot of hard work that goes into it. And I think that's what they don't realise. They see somebody making a video talking about their makeup, and then they don't realise that sort of everything that goes behind it, and the equipment you need, the expense of it as well, and to make it look good as well. It takes a lot of time and effort. So.
I think the equipment is like the last thing on the list. I think that's one of the things. There was a word for this, and it was I was speaking to some YouTuber guys, and one of them had made a video about this particular topic of the aspect of buying something is doing the thing, but it's not doing the thing. It's a lie you're telling yourself. Right. There was a word for this, and I thought, that's quite cool. I can't remember what the word is. I'll try and find out at some point. But yeah, if you've got an iPhone, everyone's got like a functional studio in their pocket. You've got an iPhone, it comes with a free video editing software. You can get iMovie on your iPhone. You can make videos for YouTube just using a phone.
Yeah.
The real difficulty is, I think for a lot of people, if you're just a kid that wants to get into YouTube, you have to have confidence in front of a camera and feel that that's okay, and sort of that kind of dynamics going on. And then you need to talk about stuff which is that you find interesting, but talking about it in a way that other people will find interesting. And I think the hardest thing for any kid is to be consistent with that. Because if you want to be a YouTuber, it's not like week 1 and then week 2 I'm a YouTuber. It's like a year to 2 years of posting a video, 1 to 2 videos every single week to then see a payoff. There's a really famous YouTuber called MKHD. MK. I'm gonna have to find him because I want to get his name right if people want to look him up. But his name's Miles Bramley, I think is his real name. MKBHD. And his first video, he's posting up. He's kind of like an OG YouTuber. He started when he was like, I don't know, 12, 13. And he would talk about tech. But it's filmed on like a laptop camera. And he's talking about this remote and this laptop and this mouse and this bit of software. And this is what all his videos are about. And I think he'd been doing it for 2 years. And there's a video of him on his like crappy webcam as a kid going, guys, I'm so psyched, I've got 100 subscribers, like this is the best thing ever. And just for the thing, MKBHD, how many subscribers does he have now? He has 15.2 million subscribers.
Wow.
But it goes to show, like, and he was psyched about having 100 subscribers after doing it for like 2 years. Yeah. It's like, wow, that's really heartwarming.
It is.
Like, oh my god, I've got 100 people watching me. That's amazing.
And I remember watching a video you showed me, Ali Abdal, and he said he rarely takes stock. He talks about all these big numbers, and he's been doing these videos consistently for years, hasn't he? And he's very honest about the money he's made from all his different ventures. But he said he talks about it kind of nonchalantly, going and made £1 million on that or whatever. And then he says, I do know this is incredible. But he's kind of, it felt, what he was saying is very much like he's holding onto the side of the train, not knowing when he's going to either fall off or the train's going to stop or come off the rail. So he doesn't stop to think about the numbers so much, but he kind of knows in the back of his mind that it is incredible, the numbers he talks about, the amount of people, the amount of money involved. And it's just incredible, this industry, which, kind of aging myself a little bit, or both of us really.
Yeah.
I remember when we got internet, when internet was a thing, and
when they put the computer together.
Yeah, and we had to fight for 10 minutes on the internet, and nobody could use the phone because it was the same line.
Oh god, yeah.
And you had to dial up. You had to dial up your internet.
Yeah.
And made that awful noise. And it was like that for a... Yeah, that was really good.
Suddenly it just stops and you're like,
yeah, didn't it? Half the time nothing happened. Just because somebody picked the phone up and was like, ruined. I was trying to download a photo.
Yeah.
I spent an hour waiting for it to download.
Yeah. It's interesting. So Ali has turned into a friend because I've sort of met him via YouTube, I suppose, doing the YouTube Academy stuff. And I've spoken to him, and I said to him, like, do you feel like this is a golden opportunity which is slipping away from you? He said, yeah, that's what it feels like. I need to milk this moment and sort of make this into something as much as possible because I feel as if it's going to slip away.
Yeah.
And I see it completely on the flip side. I see what he's created with Part-Time YouTube Academy like that. I can see that kind of a thing going into schools. Yeah, I had a few conversations with him about it. So you should be going to schools and corporate, and this is like a proper, it is a proper business now. It's a multi-million-pound business. But I saw it from a completely different perspective, whereas he's in this position where suddenly, in the space, he's been doing it for a number of years, but in the space of about a year, he went from a couple of 100,000, I can't remember the exact numbers, a couple of 100,000 to then 2.5. It's like, that's a huge...
Wow.
And then turning that into a business with all the other arms. You can go check out his video if you want to see sort of how he's done it. It's incredible. But to make that shift over maybe a 4-year period from just being a guy that's like in university to then you've got shitloads of money coming in and then feeling as if it's going to slip away from you. That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
It's a lot to deal with.
Absolutely, and it's undeniable, isn't it? You can't. sort of swipe away and go, oh, well, the internet, that's going to... It's here to stay. It'll change, I think, over time, and YouTube, it'll try and hold on to the market in the way it's got it at the moment. But there'll be some other stuff that comes along and threatens it and maybe gets more popular, maybe doesn't. But it's undeniable, this kind of industry is here to stay now.
Yeah.
And if you're good at that stuff and you learn it like you would learn anything else in life, like how to be an electrician or how to be a plumber, and apply yourself with the same sort of discipline to become a good electrician or a good plumber, then you could become good at doing internet stuff.
Absolutely. And it's also figuring out, like, if you... Okay, there's two things in that. The first thing is, like, you need to enjoy what you're going to learn. So if you want to be an electrician, then you want to kind of enjoy that, either that lifestyle or that job to some extent. And with YouTube, you kind of have to enjoy that. Otherwise, it's just going to be painful every step of the way.
I mean, let's face it, you and I have a long history of performing in one guise or another, whether it be the work pantomime or obviously you've done magic since you were a kid. And I've done music since I was a kid. So we're both used to getting on a stage in front of other people and trial and error and doing all these things. So it kind of doesn't faze us. It's a new medium, I think, for me, and I'm probably one that's a little bit more sceptical. You've embraced it entirely. It's not for everyone. Not everyone's going to feel comfortable doing this. No, and that's kind of the first hurdle. You need to be you want to feel comfortable in front of the camera, otherwise you're not going to enjoy it. And if you're not prepared to have that growth, you can go in and be really uncomfortable on camera, but it's go, no, I've made the decision. This is part of the process. Yeah. And I've seen people go through that process. It's really lovely to see. Sort of, oh my god, completely changed. But then there's the other stuff that happens around this, like setting up the equipment, making sure the settings are right, getting the editing done, finding thumbnails, titles, then posting it up, and then look at the analytics, all that kind of stuff. And that's why with this podcast, I want to completely strip everything back and go, right, we're going to hit record and talk, and then we'll post it on YouTube and we'll post it on pod, and that's it. Awesome. So yeah, to try and make it as frictionless as possible. But yeah, so the reason behind this was to promote myself when I'm out and about. So why not? That's good.
It's tax deductible as well because I've got my logo on it.
Oh, brilliant.
So yeah.
Nice. No, I like it. I do like that logo. That's a good logo.
It's good.
Stylish.
Yeah. I wish I could say I designed it, but I didn't.
No, but you paid somebody.
I paid someone to do
so
it.
It's the same thing, really, isn't
it? Yeah, it is. Yeah, I just take all credit. Like we'll talk about.
Yeah.
Steve Jobs. He just told people to make this.
Absolutely.
And people made it.
Yeah.
He took all the credit.
No, that's right.
And the money.
Yeah. And I'm a manager. I don't know what we do, but I'm surrounded by people, which I employed, I have to say, mostly, that know what they're doing, and I'm so thankful they do.
Because you have no idea. But isn't that funny?
I can't know everything about all of this because we've got so many processes with so many exceptions and so many. So I do try my best to keep abreast, but there are some processes that just run themselves, and I'm happy that they just do their thing. I don't worry about the detail too much unless I absolutely have to.
But the thing, like, I guess there's an element of kind of imposter syndrome in that, or is there?
Oh, absolutely. I've always had imposter syndrome. Like, yeah.
But the thing is, you're a manager, and having the skill set of a manager is something which is very that's a difficult thing. But I think when you are the manager, you're like, yeah, I can tell people what to do. That's easy. I can't do or even understand or comprehend the things that they're doing. But and that's a skill set in itself, knowing how to talk to different people in different ways because you know how they tick, and that's a completely different skill set which I look up to and go, wow, that's really hard.
I think you walk in a line sometimes. Because, we've all worked with the manager at some point that you just think, oh, they never get their hands dirty. They never... Do you know what I mean? They don't have a clue how things run. But I think in the organisation I worked through, I kind of came through the ranks. So I have done a lot of the jobs that my team does. Not all of them, but quite a few of the jobs my team does. And even now, it's like, okay, job needs doing, jump into the deep end, back to basics sometimes, just to show that willing that it's not beyond me. It's not that I don't want to do it. I can't do that all the time because then I'm not doing my job. I'm not doing what my boss needs me to do. But you have to be careful you don't get perceived as having some kind of ivory tower complex.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? That's the line I try and walk is to know enough that I can still talk with that authority about the detail when I need to. But I'm not in it all the time because I wouldn't be doing what my boss wants me to be doing, frankly, which is often is arguing with people. That's what a lot of my job in management is the politics of it, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I just couldn't deal with it.
It's not always fun, I must admit.
I don't think I'm employable now.
I think you'd be very tough to employ now in a kind of.
I'd be looking at something going, why are you doing it this way?
environment.
That you should be doing it this way.
You'd be getting told to shut up a lot and get on with it.
Yeah. But I think that's always been a problem. Even when I remember a moment I was employed for a summer season over in Spain at a magic venue, and I remember making suggestions and questioning why they're doing it this way, and kind of basically being shut down nicely, but kind of that's not your place. And I thought quite snubbed at the time. I was like, come on, I know what I'm talking about, blah blah blah. And then you kind of look back and go, no, I didn't, because I've never done this kind of a show before. I have no idea of these other things. I'm just sort of spouting out stuff that I know as kind of I wouldn't say entitled, but in your early 20s you kind of think you've got a lot of stuff figured out. And the very essence of this podcast is I'm in my 30s and I have nothing figured out.
But you realise you have.
But I realise, exactly, yeah. Which is the first step.
It's the first step. Yeah, first step, admit you were wrong.
Yeah. So yeah, it's an interesting dynamic when you're going through life. You kind of take little steps up, and then you can look backwards and go, actually, yeah, I probably should have known more about that and that. And yeah, I think knowing your place and knowing where you exist. But it's great to know that you keep your hand in occasionally, because then you know where people are coming from and they come to you with a question or a problem. Because it's like you're keeping the connection between the lower ranks, but to your team members that are doing other jobs which you might not know about.
Yeah. And that has been really much harder with the whole pandemic thing, working from home, because when you're in the office, you can literally go up to people and say, "Hey, how are you doing? How was your weekend?" And you've got that connection. You think, fantastic. They feel good that I'm coming over and having an interest, but also it's an opportunity for them to say, "Actually, I've got this problem," or kind of speak to you about whatever. But also, you can say, right, "Show me what your problem is doing something, and I'll try and remove an obstacle for you," or at the very least, just hear you moan about it, and then say, "Okay, you're kind of moaning about something I can't change, but I'll be honest with you and tell you I can't change it." Right. But yeah, this whole working from home thing now, and it bothers me. You don't have those micro interactions. That was one of the biggest things we've missed. Although we have successfully transitioned to working from home, it's not the same. And I'm a people person. I do want to talk to people as well.
Yeah, you can't. There is no real way, because even if I was just thinking to myself, well, you could have like a 5-10 minute Zoom call in the morning, but then it's a different context, isn't it? It's like, right, I need to get prepared for my manager's one-to-one, and then I'm going to put on this shiny face. Yeah, it's not really real, because in the office you can't really put on fake for a prolonged period of time.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you are a bit pissed off about something, you're going to look pissed off, which will then cue you to go, is everything all right? Or perhaps spark up a conversation to give them permission to vent.
And there's no such thing as a 5-minute call. That's something we've found out. It's quite rare, particularly because you aren't able to speak to people as much. So at minimum it's 20 minutes. And there are 24 people in my team. That's my week. That's several days gone if I wanted to speak to everyone regularly. So it's just, but it does frustrate me. But we do these kind of social things to catch up and everything. And whenever we do talk, I always try and make an effort to really use it to catch up as well. When we do a course, to be talking regularly. Yeah,
that's good. I've got an employee. I've got somebody working freelancing for me, so Colby's my PA, and I think seeing my kind of only example that I could go off of, because over that period of time when I was hiring Colby, I was hanging out a lot with Ali and Angus, who have kind of got this dynamic of working together over a prolonged period of time, and seeing how they were interacting, I was kind of using that as my starting point of, okay, how do you guys do that. So they do one-to-ones and they have meetings. This is all very new to me. I'd never had to manage someone before, and I felt very awkward about, what do I say? And I want to be nice, but I want to make sure that I can tell them that they're doing something wrong without sounding like a dick. Like, how do you manage this?
It's hard. I remember we were talking about it when we went away to the Welbeck estate, because you just brought her on there, and it's like, what tone do you try and set? And there's no real manual. I don't think there is. I think it's going to be partly how you are is going to inform what you. If you're a grumpy bugger that doesn't like talking to people, that's how you're going to come across as a manager.
Yeah, right.
Whereas if you're like, as you are, an amenable person that likes engaging with people, you want to see them do well, knowing that if they're doing well, you're also going to be benefiting from that. And if that's your starting point, then you can't go too far wrong, to be honest.
I knew that having an open line of communication, like I think I probably laboured that point with Colby, because I wanted to say, communication is really important. I want to make sure that you're happy. Let me know if there's anything. Just open that up and give it the space that it needs.
Yeah.
And I think it's found its groove. I think we're still figuring things out slowly, but it's pretty much found its groove of, the other day I saw Kamitov spend the last 10 minutes of this meeting as like a small one-to-one. It was really beneficial because it gave space to talk openly about, this and that and whatever. And I thought that felt quite good. It felt like, okay, we've got that tool that we can use. So one-to-one is kind of open time to give people a bit more of an insight.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have a newfound respect for managers and people that are in that position of having to get their job done and also understand that there is another person and how to be tactful, maybe that's the wrong word, but how to navigate working with somebody else in a way that works for everyone. Yeah. I think that's a whole different ball game.
Yes. You do need to be I'll get my words out. You do need to be adaptive. But at the same time, you're also trying to treat people equitably. And that's a hard balance, isn't it? Because you will have a slightly different relationship, depending on levels of seniority, how much responsibility they've got, how often you're speaking with them, and the types of things you're speaking to them about. You've got to be kind of flexible amongst those different things. I'm sure you're doing great, Matt. I don't know, Colby. Maybe Colby might like to come and talk to us sometime, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Would she? Do you think she would do that? Maybe.
Yeah, she's pretty chilled out. I thought she'd come on and have a chat. It'd be interesting to get like the her perspective of me.
Oh yeah, maybe
that would be interesting.
It should just be me and her.
Yes.
And then she can just and then I could get somebody from my team to come and slag me off for half an hour.
Yes. I'd be up for that.
It would be. I mean, it'd be entertaining. I mean,
it'd be really insightful.
Yeah. I mean, it could destroy our sense of self.
Could. It'd be an opportunity for growth, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'll say feedback is a gift. Yeah.
You say that in such a
feedback is a gift. As you lay in bed, with tears rolling down your cheeks. Yeah. Why don't they like me?
It's definitely a pessimistic and optimistic side to it, isn't there? Yeah. Oh, you could grow from this, and you're like, I could cry a lot from this.
Don't say anything mean. No, it's true.
Interesting.
I always said this. I've done. You do these courses where they do 360-degree feedback. So you've got people that.
What does that mean?
360-degree feedback.
That is the wankiest corporate.
It is quite wanky.
Let's just loop it back round. Let's just cycle it back round.
It is. Because feedback tends to always
touch base.
We say that a lot.
Oh,
honestly,
God.
our place runs, I think, on. I don't think we say anything that isn't, analogy or
the wankiest shit ever.
Yeah, wanky stuff. Yeah.
So we're going to give you some 360 feedback on that. No, we're going to go for 180 today. So we're going to hide half of that from you. We'll do the rest behind your back.
Yeah. 360 degrees where you take feedback, because normally feedback is kind of a top-down thing. I'm your manager, I'm going to give you some feedback, which is a type of feedback, but 360 degree is people around you. So it's people that you don't have a management relationship with in a hierarchy. It's people, underlings, people that report to you, so it's like a all-encompassing. But it's really useful. And the first time I did it, I wasn't afraid of it. I said, no, come on, because I said, and I repeated this to myself a lot, I don't want to get to the end of my career, like 60 years old, and then somebody turn around and go, do you know what, you're a really shit manager. And you go, oh no, because I see you.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah, I just finished my career. I can't. I suppose I'll just march towards my grave knowing that I spent my life being a shit manager.
That was really good. I crunched those numbers.
Yeah, that's right. So it is really valuable, that 360-degree feedback.
I like that 360-degree. I mean, I've only really got like 1 degree. Colby's the only person to give me feedback. Really.
Yeah.
And clients.
Yeah, well, yeah. I think you're edging towards 90-degree feedback, maybe.
At least, 45-degree feedback.
And you can get the family involved.
I don't want too much. That's heavy now. Yeah. Not very timely, are you, Matt? It's not very prompt.
Actually, we should just start, send us an email. If you've got any feedback for Matt and him as a person, or in comments or however you're listening or whatever, just go for it.
Yeah, that doesn't feel vulnerable as well. People just criticise my brother.
Just go. That is feedback. It's not criticism. It's a gift.
I could grow a lot from this. That's fair enough.
Grow resentment and rage.
We'll read them out loud.
Yeah, we've got to.
Yeah,
I think we have to. Yeah, I think you do this knowing you are exposing yourself.
Yeah,
somewhat.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just anything. Might be the way he talks.
Facial,
if you can see it, just like how are those ears doing for you? Just comment on it. It's all feedback.
Well, on that note,
I cannot believe
half an hour, right?
Half an hour has gone by.
It's good. I enjoyed that chat. That was more of a serious one. I quite like that.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. I hope people still. Subscribe.
I hope people still subscribe. If they got this far.
But it wasn't depressing, was it?
No, I don't think so.
It can't all be hilarious.
No, God no. You'd be dying of laughter. We don't want to be liable for that.
They'd unsubscribe for fear of bursting their sides.
Yeah, bursting their sides. Just collapse. Deflate. Just
twitching pile of entrails. I died happy.
But a lot of pain.
Thanks, Chris and Matt.
I'm still wondering. I've stopped wondering now. I've stopped. No, I enjoyed that, bro.
Yeah, cheers.
Good sesh.
Thanks. Good sesh. That's number 3. Thanks.
That is number 3.
Thanks for wandering with us.
Yes, I hope you enjoyed the wander. And if you are listening to this and you have any topics that you'd like to bring into us, then do email us at q@stillwondering.co.uk, and that's wondering with an A. That's q@stillwondering.co.uk, and that's wondering with an A. Maybe that's how we say that bit. That's comprehensible, isn't it?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, there we go. If we don't get any emails, maybe we're not getting emails from our 2 subscribers, which is really disappointing.
Yeah, come on, Mum.
Yeah.
At least you know how to use internet. You know this.
We've been through the tech support a number of times, which you've got out of because you're not an Apple advocate.
Well, that's a cross you have to bear.
Yeah, I know. Right.
Yes.
Good session.
Cheers, Matt. See you later.
Thanks a lot. In a bit.
Bye.
Bye.
On the roads.